I want to start with a question. What are you going to when you're stressed, hurt, lonely, or insecure? In John chapter 4, Jesus meets a woman at a well. At first, it looks like a normal moment. Someone stopping to get water, but there's something unusual about it. Jesus is sitting by the well around noon, and the woman comes to draw water alone. Now that matters because women would go in the early morning when it was cooler and they usually went together, but she comes in the middle of the day by herself. And I think that maybe it's because she didn't want to see anyone. Maybe there was gossip about her. Maybe there was shame. Whatever the reason was, she's carrying something heavier than that jar to get water. Then Jesus asks her for a drink. And she's surprised because culturally this conversation shouldn't even be happening. But Jesus doesn't avoid her. He moves towards her. And he says something interesting. If you knew the gift of God, you would have asked him, and he would have given you living water. She thinks he's still talking about actual water. But Jesus says, everyone who drinks this water will be thirsty again. But whoever drinks the water I give them will never thirst. That's not just about wells. It's about everything we run to. Think about it. You scroll for an hour. Are you satisfied afterwards? Or you win an argument. Do you feel peace? You get attention. Does it last? You hold a grudge, but does it actually heal anything? A lot of the things that we run to only distract us for a moment. Then the thirst comes back because the thirst we feel isn't really about entertainment or distraction. It's about something deeper. I want you to take a moment and think about this. When you're stressed, where do you go? When you feel hurt, what do you reach out to? When you feel insecure, what do you chase? And I want you to also think about this. Has that thing actually satisfied you? Or do you keep coming back to it thirsty, time and time again? Later in the story, Jesus gently brings up parts of the woman's past. And he doesn't do this to shame her, but to show her something important. He sees her whole story, and he's still sitting there with her. Now that's powerful, because what we're really thirsty for isn't distraction, popularity, or proving ourselves. We're thirsty to be seen, to be known, to be understood, to not be rejected. And that's what Jesus offers her. He offers her living water, something deeper than temporary fixes. That's what depth over hype means. Hype says scroll more, win more, prove yourself more, escape more. But depth says let Jesus meet the thirst underneath. So here's the invitation for this week. Pay attention to the moments when that thirst shows up. When you feel stressed, when you feel hurt, when you feel insecure, and simply say, Jesus, this is where I'm thirsty. That honesty is where change can begin. At the end of the story, the woman leaves her water jar behind, the jar that she thought she needed so bad. She leaves it because she found something deeper. She encountered someone who fully saw her and didn't reject her. That's living water, and that's depth. Have a beautiful week, everybody.